Welcome everyone to the reading room, and this is Tarot Queen, and I am here today to go through your cards that you have picked for the week ahead. Now, this week I chose a different topic yet again, and this time it is very much about what you need to avoid this week or know to avoid. So, the obstacles that might come up in your week. And of course, when you are aware of these obstacles, you will hopefully look out for them and avoid them so that you have a great week ahead. So, if you have not as yet done this, you have now the opportunity to choose either card 1, 2, or 3, left to right. 1, 2, or 3. If you have done this during the day, thank you so much, and I'm glad that you have come back for your reading. So let's go for it. Let's do this. I'm going to turn card number 1 around. Card number 1 is the Knight of Swords, and this is what deck is it? This is a spellcaster deck, that's right. Goodness gracious, I've got a couple of decks here on the table, so I always have to just make sure that I'm telling you about the right one. So this is my spellcaster deck. I really love the pictures here. So if you chose card number 1, you are looking at the Knight of Swords, and you have to watch out this week for fast-talking people. So if you chose this card this week, then there is a very specific kind of person that might be floating around you, and that is the fast talker, the one that tries to bamboozle you with words. And this is someone who often moves quickly and speaks quickly and decides quickly and expects you to keep up. So this might be someone at work, it might be a family member that's also trying to bamboozle you a little bit, even someone that might be online. So they come in with this huge urgency that something has to be done right now, and it really puts pressure on you, and you've got to be really, really careful of that. So the urgency that they are projecting comes onto you, and that's where mistakes can happen. So this could be like agreeing to something a little bit too quickly, or saying yes before you have really thought about things, or getting pulled into an argument or a misunderstanding that you have reacted to. So it could also be you. So just be careful if you note this happening to you, because this is your warning not to do this. Now, the worst day of the week for you is Wednesday, and that is because all of this that I have been talking about tends to really flare up on Wednesday. So there could be some tension and confusion around you. Now, on the flip side, your best day is Friday. Things will settle down and you'll have time to process things and reflect and be more aware of what is going on. So just be aware of those times when you feel really, really pressured to act or to get involved, or someone is pressuring you to make a decision very, very quickly. So your job for this week is to slow down, especially when someone else is trying to speed things up. And if someone is pushing you for an answer, don't. Take time. Say to them, I will be back. Let me think about this, and I'll be back, and I will give you the answer that you need. All right, so you're trying to avoid misdirection here. Now, card number 2. This is the Four of Pentacles, a very different energy from the Knight here. So this is about watching for the energy drainer that makes you cling even tighter to everything. They actually scare you to a point where you feel as though any energy or anything that you give away or give out this week is just going to be the final straw. So if you pick this card, there's a situation or a person that is going to trigger you and trigger your need to hold on. So it could be someone who makes you feel like things are really, really scarce. It could be you. I tend to be this person. I feel that things are really scarce, therefore I hold on to everything even more tightly. And it might be about money problems, stress, things going wrong. And without realizing it, you start to tighten up. You start to become stressed and anxious about where you are in the world right now. So you might notice yourself thinking that you can't spend money, that you should hold on to something, that you can't make a decision, that you can't risk losing something, and so you hold on even tighter. Now, this can also be someone close to you who leans on you emotionally, and instead of giving freely, you start guarding your energy because you are feeling so drained. Now, the obstacle isn't them exactly, it's what's happening inside you as a reaction to what is going on externally. So you have now gone into protection mode. And so this week can feel smaller because of it. So the worst day for this energy is Monday. Good. You're over it. Fabulous. Maybe you felt this way today. Let me know. And this is when you might feel really tight and cautious and maybe a little bit withdrawn. So, that's okay. It's okay to withdraw and think about and process what you are feeling. But your best day is coming. It's coming on Saturday, and that's when things really loosen up and you feel more open and more willing to spend time and energy and even money on something that actually feels good. And there's a sense of relief that you can sort of stop this sort of clinginess that is around you. Notice when you're saying no out of fear rather than choice, and notice when you're holding on to something like money, time control, just because you're worried it might disappear. So you don't throw caution to the wind, but you also need to stop fear running your show. All right, last one. And this is a High Priestess reversed. This is really interesting. Now I'm just going to check my notes here. What have I done? So this is about watching the person who makes you doubt yourself. Wow. So it's a very personal one if you got this one. There's someone or there's a situation that makes you second guess yourself, and it might not be an obvious thing. It could just be a conversation and they slipped something in, even a tone or a word that's triggered you or something that sort of is out of the ordinary, and you go, what's that all about as you leave the conversation? So it makes you think that you're the problem. That's the most important thing to realise. So this could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be a co-worker, someone whose opinion matters to you. And without meaning to, they've pulled you out of your own sense of knowing what you're doing. You start to doubt what's going on. So you can be overthinking, you can be questioning your instincts, you can be looking for validation instead of trusting what you already feel. So beware, they're the signs that you've been pulled into a state of doubt. And, don't commit to this because it will backfire on you, because later on you will really discover that you were right all along. So your best day is Sunday, right at the end of the week, and that feels when everything becomes a little bit more clear again. So when something feels off, don't override it. That's your gut speaking to you. So listen before your mind jumps in and your mouth opens up and says something that you don't want it to say. Be aware of who you're taking advice from this week, because not everyone sees things the way you do, and not everyone is really entitled to steer your progress this week. You already know more than you're being given credit for, and I don't think you've got a bad day this week. No, actually your worst day is Thursday. That's when it's the most confusing. So you're not quite sure what direction to take, it's very easy to ignore your intuition on that day. Maybe you're really low on energy. Maybe you've had a rough night sleeping, or you're very, very tired from overworking. So just be aware to treat yourself well on Thursday, and to make sure you're looking after yourself physically as well. So eat good quality food so that you don't get, so that your brain has enough nutrition to focus well. All right, well, that's been a really interesting way to look at the cards this week. I hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know if you have. And I hope that it has given you some insight to the week ahead, and that I will see you again next week. Bye for now.